Hi everyone, welcome to A Moment with Teens of Honor with Alyssa and Spencer Russell. This is Alyssa speaking to you today, and it's such an honor and a pleasure to be back with you this week. This is our third episode, and for those of you who didn't get our episode last week, click below and check out our channel and go and watch last week's video. But for this week, I'm so excited about what we're going to be sharing with you. So if you have a pen and paper handy, it would be really wise of you to write down what I'm about to share, because it will totally revolutionize the way you do things and help you to succeed in life. So, first, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine something. There is a mother and a father, or a wife and a husband, and they're about to have a conversation. And it goes something like this. Honey, can I go hang out with the guys tonight? I haven't hung out with them in forever, and I know we had plans for tonight, but can I just go and hang out with the guys? You go right ahead. And then think of this conversation. Honey, I know we had some plans for tonight, but I was wondering if it would be okay if we rescheduled them for another night so that I could go and hang out with the guys tonight. It's been a while since we've hung out, and the guys had some big plan for tonight, and I really want to be there and just hang out with them. Is that okay with you? Honey, you're right. You haven't hung out with the guys in a while. Sure. Go ahead and hang out with the guys tonight. We could schedule something for next week. So, with those two approaches to the conversation, which one do you think went over a little better? There was one which the first conversation was very confrontational. The wife wanted to knock the husband's head off. She sounded mad. She said, you go right ahead. You know that attitude, ladies. Come on. Where you're so upset with everything, and you're like, ugh, he never wants to spend time with me. It's always with the guys. And you just want to attack, and you become defensive. But with that second approach, when he asked the question, would it be okay if I went and I spent some time with the guys tonight? And the wife, or the woman, she replied, I see it from your point of view. Sure, you could go ahead and hang out with the guys tonight. So, with those two approaches to the conversation, I want to share with you 5 tips on how you can either have good conversations or bad conversations. Now first, before I tell you those 5 things, I want to let you know a rule that we all have to keep in mind when we have conversations. And it's this. 93% of all communication is nonverbal. So only 7% of your actual words count. So with that first conversation, the husband or the man, he came in a very defensive kind of just, hey, if you don't let me go, I'm going to be upset kind of attitude. So the woman responded with a, you go right ahead and see what happens. She sounded very upset, very confrontational, very angry because of how the guy came and approached the whole conversation. So maybe his head was down, or maybe he came across very cocky and saying, if you don't let me, then see what I'm going to do. So then she responded with, well, you see what you're going to do and see what I do right back to you type of attitude. And those two attitudes, they end up conflicting and causing an argument. Maybe not right then and there, but in the future, maybe when he came back home, then she was upset, she was brooding, and she was angry. So then a fight broke out. So you have to remember that 93% of all communication is nonverbal. So only 7% of your actual words count. So here are 5 components to having a good conversation. The first one is body language. Your body. How do you come to the conversation? Do you come with your head down and you're slouching and you're just really negative, or you have, just really just nasty body language? Or do you come positive, with a smile on your face, confident, you're standing up tall? Or if you're sitting, for example, at the dinner table, or you're sitting down having a conversation with a business partner, are you sitting there like this, or are you sitting upright looking confident about what's happening and what's about to go on. Then the second one is your tonality, the tone of your voice. In that first conversational approach, she said, you go right ahead. That conversation, that type of approach shows discontent, shows anger, shows, if you go and hang out with those boys, I'm going to hurt you when you come back home. Whereas the second one, where she said, I totally understand. Go hang out with the guys. We can reschedule for another night. It sounds understanding. She understands where he's coming from, and she's trying to make it better. Third one is your eye contact. Are you making eye contact with your audience or with the one person that you're speaking to? Your eye contact makes a big difference. Number 4 is your facial expressions. Are you coming downcast, really sad, really gloomy? Are you coming with a smile on your face, looking positive? Your eyes are smiling, your face is smiling, and you just look upbeat. You just look energetic about the whole thing. What is your facial expressions? And number 5 is your posture. So, is your posture very similar to your body language? Is it uplifting? Is it encouraging? Or is it downcast, weary, depressing, saddening? What is your posture, your body language, your tone of voice, your eye contact, and your facial features and your facial expressions saying in that conversation? If you take these 5 things, body language, tonality of voice, eye contact, facial expressions, and posture, into every conversation that you have, that 93% of your nonverbal communication will come across as positive, and it will help you in having better conversations. So when you have that positive attitude, when you hear out the other person's side, and you're not trying to be argumentative, you're not trying to win the argument, but you're really listening and you're trying to understand everybody's point of view, you will begin to have more successful conversations and probably end up with the outcome that you want. So this has been Alyssa Russell and A Moment with Teens of Honor. Now, go make something